Hello again, gods and goddesses of your reality. Welcome back. This is Nutritious Lives and the Wellbeing Guinea Pig, and I am your host, Jenny Mullings. Today I'm very inspired again. You know, I like to keep using that word inspired, but I am. I'm inspired to do this video and today is about I'm going to touch on self-concept. I'm not going to go into massive depth, but however I am going to touch on it initially, and then I want to go into a little bit more detail about my routine with regards to my manifestation, my daily routine, and how I make this manifestation applicable in my life. Hello there, beautiful souls. Welcome back. So I am going to split this video up into two parts as per, but I wanted to add at this point with regards to my manifestation journey, you don't have to include all of this. You know, I just find a lot of joy from doing it. It's such a learning curve for my life. So you can choose as little or as much as you want to introduce on your own journey. I just wanted to really highlight to you, you've got a lot of options when it comes to the manifestation journey and the law of assumption. So I hope you enjoy. As I say, this is part one, and I will see you in part two. So now I want to just say to you that I'm kind of like quite full on with this journey, and you know what I actually put into my day, because I have made it a massive priority to me to rewire my brain, to see myself in the most positive light. And so what I want you to understand initially is with regards to self-concept. Now, self-concept, without going off on a tangent too much, because I'm going to do a separate video, as I say, self-concept is about the way that you look and view yourself in any area of your life. So that could be your career, it could be your family, it could be romantic relationships, so on and so forth, socially, whatever. However you view yourself, that is your self-concept of that part of your life, right? So with manifestation, ideally we'd like to see ourselves as positive as we can in as many areas in our life as we can. You know, this will bring on the manifestation and, you know, bring it into your life so much quicker, whatever it is that you're manifesting. Love, you know, money, abundance, whatever it is. So but I want to make this clear to you before I go on that I am full on, but however, you are perfect in this moment right now, and I want you to really grasp hold of this if you can. There's nothing that you need to change about yourself. You are perfect in this moment, right? So even though I'm going to give you quite, you would probably perceive it as quite full on, if you are very comfortable within your own skin and you're confident in yourself, and you're like, I don't need all that stuff in my life. I had to go through a big journey of self-discovery. But whereas with you may say, well, out of all that you've just talked about, Jen, I just literally want to affirm, or I want to literally visualise, I want to learn how to visualise, and I want to learn to manifest through visualisation. And that's what I want to get over to you initially. This is what I do because I'm me, right? And I'm really enjoying the process of this. So I feel like this is extremely comfortable to me. It's not a chore. I actually thrive off it. I'm just so happy with my routine. But as I say, You are your own person. You are the god or goddess of your own reality. So just take from this what you will. If you want to take, scripting, which I'll talk about, do the scripting. If that feels right and resonates with you, do that. As I say, take as much or as little of this as you want. You are perfect in this moment, and you really don't have to change anything. Okay? So that being said, I'm going to talk about my routine, so bear with, because there's quite a few things that I do, but as I say, I love it, I adore it. So in the mornings, now, and over the last, I'd probably say over the last maybe 5 weeks, something like that, this is what I've introduced, and I just, it's working for me amazingly. So the idea of doing, I'm going to just start off quickly by saying this, by meditating last thing at night or first thing in the morning. That's when your brain is most receptive to growth, right, to reprogramming, to go into the subconscious mind. So this is why I kind of really articulated that to my brain, and then I applied it, and now I understand why, because it works amazingly. So I wake up 40 minutes before I would have done previously, and then I do either one long 40-45 minutes meditation, or I split it up and do what I feel like in that morning. I'm not precious with needing to stick to a certain one. But however, I tend to do high energy, so I tend to do abundance meditations. I tend to do, just something that would keep me manifesting miracles, and manifestation meditation. Just something that will keep me in that very uplifted feeling, right? So as I say, I do that for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes in the morning, and then I'll wake up. I get out of bed and I feel really kind of energised already, and then I'd come downstairs and I'd get my coffee or my green tea on the go and whatever, and then I would put on, just while I'm preparing and just tutoring around, I would put on my goddess affirmations. So I just put it on my phone, or I put it on my iPad, and it would just be in the background while I'm tutoring around, just with goddess. I am a goddess, I am the queen of my reality, all this sort of looping in the background with lovely healing hertz in the background also, which is, I'm not going to touch on that, but that's another facet, but I don't really utilise that. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, and then when I've sort of done my coffee and cleaned up downstairs and sorted out the water, whatever I'm doing, I then go upstairs and I script. So I script an agenda. I call it my agenda. So with this agenda, I write down my intentions for the day. So whatever I want to get done with Nutritious Lives, whatever I'm planning on with making appointments, or I just script it all out exactly and this is the great thing about meditating before before you just roll out of bed, because that really sets you up to have that at the forefront of your mind. So I script away. If sometimes whatever's happened from the day before, if there's any lingering feelings still going on in the background, then I'll write my feelings and how it's changed, or maybe writing that I'd like to do an EFT tapping on that lingering feeling that seems to be still around, whatever it is. Sorry, I've wrote down a couple of things here just so I keep just referring back to. So whatever my thoughts have been, just basically writing it down, or if there's something I'm worried about with the kids, or something I'm concerned about going forward, just writing it down, your feelings. It seems to, for me, put things into perspective. And it seems to it's a way of releasing it. You put it down on paper, so it's no longer got a kind of loop in your brain. You know, this is the feeling that it gives me with the scripting. So then after that, again, I will do what I've got to do, get the kids stuff, and in the background I've got, you know, goddess or morning affirmations, positive affirmations of abundance and positivity for a great day ahead. Everything's going to go my way, you know, miracles can manifest, just in general, just in the background, just so it's constantly just sort of looping positivity. Then when I'm out and about, whatever I'm doing, whether I've got clients or, you know, appointments or shopping or whatever it is, whether I'm out in the car or whether I'm going on a power walk or whatever, I will then listen. I'll either listen to a manifestation video, or again, you know, just affirming. I'll literally, and when I say affirming, it doesn't always have to be from technology, right? So even though, you know, I've been talking about that a lot, your own visualization, your own little stories that you're telling in your brain. You know, I've got a lot of, because I've done a lot of affirmation videos anyway, so I don't need any technology to tell me what I should be thinking, because I've reprogrammed my brain enough that I'm constantly saying these things to myself anyway, you know, and I don't want this to sound like big-headed in any sort of way, but I'm looping that I'm a princess, I'm looping that I'm a queen, I'm looping that, you know, people see me that way, because that's how I now see myself. And this is what the reprogramming is all about. It's about getting to that place where, yeah, I am worthy. Yeah, I've got a great skill set. Yes, I'm worth that wonderful relationship, being loved, cherished, adored. Yes, I'm that woman. Why not me? Why not me living my dreams? I'm worth it. I'm worth every bit of it, right? So these are the things that I'm looping, just as I'm doing, you know, whatever I'm doing in the day. Let me have another little look here. Right, so and not only that, visualizing. So even though I'm affirming, visualizing the story, so living in the end. My living in the end, for example, with Nutritious Lives, is traveling, and periodically, it doesn't have to be long visualizations, it could be little snippets, like a couple of seconds, and this is what I do. So I just whether I smell a smell, or you know, there's a certain thing that reminds me of something in my brain, and then I'll utilize that to think about traveling, to think about, you know, clients, constantly getting in contact with me sitting in a group setting, you know, being a mentor, talking in front of a big audience, you know, all these visual images I kind of loop them, you know, and then, so say for example, I get triggered. So, you know, I don't know, somebody cuts me off, whatever, in my car, or you get a bill through the post and it's unexpected, or whatever sort of triggers come your way, or, you know, maybe you get you run into your ex and they're not very nice to you, or whatever, or there's something wrong with the kids, or anything. Whatever emotional triggers going on, if something happens like that for me in my day that's unexpected, it just comes in, and then you kind of left a little bit shaken. That's when I utilise EFT, because I find that that works the quickest to try to work on my meridian points and my nervous system, to get me into a more flowed state, to just calm my brain, calm the amygdala down, to just be able to reason. You know, that's what EFT does for me in the moment. It just gives me that reasoning, where it's not about taking away the problem in that instance, right, in that moment, but it's about you framing it in a way where you can move forward and say, right, you know, I haven't got to necessarily deal with this right now, or I can look at this a different way. This is how I love EFT. For me, how I utilise EFT.